welcome back to my channel. Take two. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Bev. So if you are new to my channel, I am Kristen. I'm a licensed practical nurse. I've been a nurse for 5 years as an LPN in the state of Florida. I currently just finished my LPN to RN bridge program, so I am now a graduate RN nurse. I have not set to take my state boards yet, but I just wanted to go ahead and have a video to talk about some of the things that I have experienced as an LPN. So just to run my resume, I have been an LPN in the emergency department at a hospital, so I have acute care experience. I am currently working in a skilled nursing facility / rehab facility, aka a nursing home, which is more of a long-term care setting. I also have worked in a doctor's office setting, and lastly, which is what I'm going to talk about in this video, is home health or agency work. So what it is you sign up through a company, and they have contracts with facilities, with the correction, like the jail, doctor's offices, anywhere, any kind of establishment that needs a nurse to fill in, or CNA, because they have agency for CNAs, CNAs, nurses, therapists, physical, occupational, respiratory therapists. All of them can work in like an agency type setting. So if that building is short staffed and they need someone to just fill in for the shift, sometimes people have contracts where they work for 3 months, 6 months, 6 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever it is the agency just sends the nurse. So it's like a temp agency kind of for nurses, or like a substitute teacher, but for the nursing healthcare field. So you sign up, you send them a copy of your license, you make sure that you have your continuing educations up to date, your CPR card has to be up to date, and they send you into the facility. I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons of doing this. For me, I like it, but for a nurse that may not have as much experience, or for a person that does not adapt easily to change, this would not be a good option for you, because you have to walk into a building with little to no kind of orientation and function as if you work there full-time every single day. And for people who are not as confident in their skills, this could be a challenge for you. So that will be considered a con for some, but a pro for others. Me, I'm just a badass bitch. I'm a raw ass nurse. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna just work. And I'm confident in my role as a nurse. That's one thing you can't tell me I'm not good at. Bitch, I know I'm a good ass nurse. So it's nothing you can't shake me easily. Some other areas in my life I might not be as confident in, but when it comes to being a mud effing nurse, I am. Alright, y'all get the point. Anyways, alright, back to the story. Okay. So another pro would be you get paid more. You get paid more as an agency nurse than you would as a staff nurse. Mainly because your facility has to pay the agency buku money for them to send them in, because they are the one at the disadvantage. They need your help. So you're going to get paid more money. I get paid anywhere from $6 to $12 more an hour working as an agency nurse than I do as a staff nurse at the place where I am physically employed as a staff nurse on their employment. So the least I've ever made was $21 an hour. The most I've made as an LPN was $36 an hour as an agency nurse. So anywhere between 21 to 36 I have personally have been paid. Now sometimes they will pay you time and a half for holidays, So I've been in the high 40s, but that wasn't just a shift. That was because I worked on a holiday. So it was like $44. Another pro is some agencies pay weekly, some of them pay daily. I currently work out of agency that pays me daily. And I know some people literally pay by the shift. I know it's one staffing agency that's local that as soon as you work, if you work 3 to 11, you have your money by midnight. If you work 7 to 7 p, you have your money by 8 p.m. Once you get your time slip, because you have to come into the facility, you sign in and you sign out, and someone from that facility will sign off on your time card, and you send it to your job, your agency, and they pay you out. You don't have to deal with anything with that company as far as your pay. The person that pay you is the agency that you are working for. They work out the financials. You just go in there, you do your job, you get your time slip, and you sign and you walk out. Another pro is not only do you get paid more, you get paid quicker. You don't have to wait 2 weeks or a week to get your money. You get your money right then. So if you got a quick bill, or like me, if I don't want to, if I work with my agency to get my hair and my nails done and to take me and Chastity out for lunch. And the boys, but mainly Chastity because she's the one that's home the most. So I use my agency work for quick stuff like that. And I use my full-time job to pay bills and my savings and whatever goal I'm working on, that come out of that check. So my leisure money come out of my agency check. So that is a plus. It's extra money. What's another pro I can say? Oh, what's really nice is you don't have to deal with the bureaucratic shit that goes on when you work at a facility. When you work at a facility, you got to go to staff meetings, you got to deal with supervisors, you got to deal with directors, associate directors, unit managers. You got to smile, play the part, because that's your job. You got to keep the peace. As an agency nurse, you ain't got to deal with none of that shit. You walk in, you pass your pills, you do your treatments, you tend to your patients, you make sure everyone that was alive when you walked in that building is alive when you leave. So, besides that, you good. You don't have to deal with none of that shit. If they talk shit to you and you don't like the place, you can leave. You want to know why? Because you're not fully employed through them. Ouch. You can leave because you're not fully employed with them. So once you leave, you just tell your agency, yo, I don't like the vibes in this place. Don't ever send me back. You have the leeway to do that. So the cons to me would be you have little to no orientation. So when you come in the building, you might not know where to find stuff. So when you're looking for supplies, you don't know where to go. When you need help, you don't really have a relationship with the staff that's there, so they really don't care to help you because they know that you're getting paid damn near $10 more than them to do the same work as them, so they kind of salty. It's like, who this bitch think she is, coming in here making $44 an hour and I'm only making $18. Like, yes, bitches be salty. And they have every right to be, but at the same time they don't, because boo, go get you an agency job. Shit, the doors is open. But anyways, go get your agency job and come back to the same facility you worked at and get that coin. That'll really make them mad. But anyways, so sometimes people aren't as nice. Another thing is you're in an unfamiliar territory, so it could be challenging for many reasons. Another one is you don't know, and it's kind of the same con. Like, you don't know who you're working with. Quick story time. I was working at a facility. It's a 2-floor facility. When I came in, they sent me to the 2nd floor. And another agency nurse was working on the 1st floor. So on the 2nd floor, it was 2 nurses. It was me and it was one of their staff nurses. And on the 1st floor was that building staff nurse and another agency nurse. We were from 2 different agencies, so I didn't know the girl. Midway through my shift, I was working at 3 to 11. Midway through my shift, like 7:15, the supervisor comes up to me. Really, she wasn't a supervisor because they short-staffed, or not really short-staffed. they don't have enough on roster staff. So she comes up to me because she's the acting supervisor, because she's the nurse that's employed by the building. She comes up and say, honey, I'm gonna need you to float down to my to my floor, the first floor, and take over because I'm sending that other agency nurse home. So this is a con because when you are in the facility, they have home team advantage. So 90% of the time, you're going to get the shitty assignment. Just go in knowing that you're going to get the hardest assignment. You're going to get the hardest patients, or the most admissions, the most discharges, whatever is going to be the most work. More than likely, you're going to be the one to get it. So the fact that one of us had to float, they didn't want to float their staff nurse. She at home. She know her patients. She can do this. So she got to choose to stay. Well, I had to be the one to float. And once you're in the building as a nurse, you can't just walk out and leave because you can get job abandonment. It's going to affect your license. That's a whole nother story. But I had to float down. And when I floated down, this nurse was clearly impaired. I don't know if she was drunk. I don't know if she was high. I don't know what the fuck she was on, but the bitch was on something. She literally was standing at her med cart. When you work in a nursing facility, not the hospital, but in facilities, we have med carts with all of the patient's meds on it, and in a locked drawer is the narcotics. So she was standing with her locked drawer open, counting her narcotics. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm down here. They told me I got to give a report to you. My name is Christen. I'm ready whenever you're ready. That's nursing courtesy. She was like, okay, hang out. It's going to be a minute. Y'all. It was 30 minutes. This bitch was over here counting her narcotics. I'm like, what the fuck is you counting so long for? So the nurse that worked for the building clearly came up. She was like, you know what? It's only so many cards, so many narcotics in here. Like, you've been over here with this card open for 30 minutes. You need to give this girl a report so that she can finish this med pass and you can go about your business. So we start the narcotic count. As a nurse, every time you take over a shift, you should walk rounds to check on your patients, and you physically need to stand next to the nurse that's giving you the keys to that medication cart and count the narcotics, because a bitch will lose her license if the narcotic count is off, because they're going to feel like you're stealing. They're going to feel like you're stealing. One, I'm already black, so, you know, that's automatically a count against me. I'm a woman, that's already a count against me. So I gotta make sure my shit is together. So we're counting, and the count is going good. Everything is adding up, adding up, adding up. All of the current patients, active orders, all of that came out legit, seemingly. So then we get to the discharge or the discontinued medication for patients that either went home from rehab, or the doctor changed the order, the dosage, and that person's no longer on this medication. We get to counting, and we get to a narcotic that's one off. And this bitch so high that she don't even really know. She don't know if she stole it or if she just miscounted it, whatever it was, boom. So your whole case is blown up. Because you already look like you high, and now it's medication missing. So the nurse from the facility calls the director of nursing. They tell her, call security on this girl, take the medication, wrap it up, lock it in the office. We'll deal with her. We'll deal with her and her agency tomorrow. So she gave me a report, which was half-assed. She basically said, whatever's on this paper is all I know. I'm an agency nurse just like you, and I don't know these people. So I was like, all right, a patient is a patient, a medication is a medication. Jump right into it. Well, as I get like 6 patients in, I get to a lady who has Percocet scheduled every 4 hours. So the times would have been 4 p.m., 8 p.m., 12 a.m. And I'm looking at because you got to sign out the medication on the paper MAR, the electronic MAR. So the electronic MAR, the paper MAR, and the actual card with the medication on it has to all match. All 3 has to match. And I'm looking, I'm like, this shit look weird as fuck. Like, she didn't sign out her medication in the electronic MAR, but it's signed out on the paper mark. So I'm like, something ain't adding up. So I look at the times that she said she gave the medication. She said she gave the medication at 4. She gave the medication at 8:15, and then she gave the medication at 11:45 p.m. Sis, how you gave the 8:15 dose and 11:45 p.m. dose when I got down here at 7 o'clock? The only medication she could have gave was the 4 p.m. So now she done gave out 3 other doses. How could you give out those pills when you weren't even here to give out this medication? Mind you, the count matched from the card with the Percocets on it to the actual paper where it's signed out. So I'm like, damn, this bitch done stole the medication. So I go in to ask the patient, who's alert and oriented. She's like, I haven't even seen the nurse at all today. So you mean to tell me you didn't even give the lady her 4 o'clock? Because I know you damn sure didn't get the 8 o'clock and the midnight dose. So you done took all 3, and that explains it. Why the bitch was so high, y'all. The bitch had done took 3 Percocets. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, y'all, it sent chills through my body that as a nurse who took an oath to do no harm, to care for these people, you stealing this lady medication. And now you got me roped all in the shit because now I gotta report your ass. And I don't like to report because I know at the end of the day we all human and everybody falls short of the glory. If they say they don't, they are liars. Because you're human. We make mistakes. Unintentional or intentional. We all fall short of the glory. So I'm like, damn, this lady really, I really gave her the benefit of the doubt. Like, I was trying to look out for the sister, but at the end of the day, this is my livelihood. This is how I take care of me and my 3 kids. So, sis, you had to get reported. So, I don't know how that situation played out because, once again, I'm an agency nurse. Once I clocked out that building, I never really know what happens. So, I reported it to the supervisor, made my statement or whatever. So, that is why that's a con. Because you get roped into stuff that you really don't have no control over. I really don't know how it played out because I didn't have to show up the next day to work to talk to the director. I just wrote my statement, signed it. I had the other nurse co-sign with me, and we just went on about our business and did the best that we could. So that would be a con. For me, it was just scary because I'm like, now you got me mixed up in shit. Even though physically I didn't take it, I'm going to pass every drug test they ever want to give me. It's just the fact that I was a part of the discovery. Like, I don't even want to be in the bitch paperwork. Like, I'm a nurse, but I'm still a G. Like, I just felt like, why would you even put me in this situation, girl, lady? Like, why would you do that? Because when it comes to meeting my 3 kids, we're going to eat. And thanks to nursing, we eat real good. And it's just a con because obviously if that building needs help, they don't have ample amount of staff. So you got to walk into it knowing that you're going to get a heavy patient load. Sometimes the maximum patient load that the state would allow, you're going to get it. Which is, as an LPN in the state of Florida, in a skilled nursing facility, it's 30 plus patients. So yes, you will have a heavy patient load. Well, it's probably some more cons that I can think of, but right now I feel like this video has gotten entirely too long. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. If you are a nurse or CNA or any kind of healthcare professional that's in the traveling or in the agency setting, I want you to drop your comments down below and tell me what your pros and cons were. Have you experienced anything like I've talked about in this video? You know, keep the engagement going because I love y'all. Y'all fuck with me. Y'all fuck with y'all. And if you made it this part in the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Matter of fact, you should have been subscribed to my channel. But if you haven't, don't make me come find you, because I'll pull up. Alright? I will pull up. I want the smoke. I want all the smoke if you don't subscribe to my channel.